We are doing something today that I have never done before. I've never dared try it until today. We are creating a fall Christmas tree. We are decorating it from the tippity top all the way down to the tree skirt below. And since the kitchen is in the same space, we're going to be decorating that too. Now we are going to pretend for just a minute that it's not 98 degrees outside right now. So go ahead and get your favorite fall candle, light it up, and let's decorate the tree. My tree is from Balsam Hill. It's a 9-foot flocked Fraser fir. It's also pre-lit, which makes it very convenient. And I'm also enlisting the help of my boys today. They are fantastic helpers, so I'm grateful for them. We're gonna put this together in a jiffy. The branches are realistic on this tree. The flocking is not too heavy, and it came together in minutes. One hack that I like to use when I'm setting up my Christmas trees is that I put my trees on risers. These are bed risers, so I know they can handle a lot of weight, and I love that extra 8 to 12 inches that it gives me underneath the tree. That way I can decorate all around the tree. I can put presents under the tree. Plus, it's a lot safer than putting it on top of a box or a piece of wood. I've done that before. This is a much safer option. All right, now that our tree is up, we are going to decorate it. Now, last Christmas, I did something very unique to my tree when I was decorating it. I took a garland and I ran it down the center of my Christmas tree to create a stunning effect. I was so inspired by that Christmas tree that I thought I'm going to do something similar but different. We are still going to be using some garlands. I have 2 9-foot garlands that have the traditional colors of fall. They have greens, oranges, yellows, and creams. They also have pumpkins on them and pine cones. These garlands are also from Balsam Hill. Yes, we are using traditional fall colors this year. I gave you a sneak peek last week when I decorated my bedroom. I used that emerald green tone in there. Well, that's definitely going to be carried through into this space, but we're also going to incorporate a lot of other vibrant colors. So what I'm going to do with my garland is I'm going to get some segments of floral wire. I'm going to wrap it around the garland and then attach the garland to the top of the tree. I drape that garland down to the opposite side, wrap the wire around the center of the garland and attach it to the tree, then zigzagged the garland across the tree once again and attach the end of the garland to the tree once again using the floral wire. I want our tree to feel full and lush, so I have 2 garlands. So I'm just going to repeat that same process with my second garland. I'm going to take that floral wire, I'm going to wrap it around the garland, and then twist that wire around the branch of the tree. I drape the garland across the tree, attached it to the tree using the floral wire, and then zigzagged it down to the bottom of the tree. Once again using the floral wire. The floral wire will keep the garland securely attached to the tree. Our tree is definitely going to be front heavy. We're not going to look at the back because I didn't get enough garlands to wrap around to the back. So we're decorating like the front, like 3/4 of the tree. It's going to be fabulous. Don't worry. The next item that we are going to be adding to our tree is my favorite decorative piece of the entire day. And it is this stunning ribbon. Just look at the detailing on that ribbon. It's got pearls, it's got sequins. It's got these little mirrors shaped like diamonds that look like diamonds. They look fabulous and they're so reflective. It's thick and rich. It's also from Balsam Hill. What I'm going to do with my ribbon is I'm going to place it in between the gaps that I have on my garland. So once again, I'm going to use that floral wire and I'm going to wrap it around the ribbon and then twist that floral wire around the branch of the tree. This is a fabulous placement. We want this ribbon to be very visible because to me, it's the star of the show. So I have the ribbon draped across the center, but I am making some loops every time I zigzag that ribbon across the tree. I want it to look like pretty little bows. So I just made some loops and then I took that floral wire, wrapped it around the loops, and then twisted the wire around the tree to keep the ribbon in place. I repeated this process with my second spool of ribbon. I'm draping that ribbon in between the garlands. I'm going upwards. I'm creating more loops at the top of each of these ribbons and then attaching it to the tree with the floral wire. Since it's fall, we are not going to be putting a star at the top of the tree, so I thought a giant bow would be a great alternative. So I'm gonna get a little bit more of that beautiful ribbon and loop it. It has 2 tails. The problem here is that I ran out of ribbon, so I've got to get some additional ribbon to make our bow big. I got this gorgeous ribbon. It's tan. It's got some beautiful detailing on it. This is Christmas ribbon that I purchased at Michael's a couple of years ago. I made 2 loops on this, and then I intermixed all these loops together to create one giant bow. And then I attached it to the tree at the very top with the floral wire. The detailing on this ribbon is stunning. It is the perfect topper for this tree. Even though our garland is very bountiful, we want to add a few more leaves to make it even fuller. So I'm gonna head on over to Hobby Lobby. We're actually gonna be getting a couple of items from Hobby Lobby today. And the good thing is that all the florals and the fall items are 40% off. So we're gonna save ourselves some money. The first item I'm going to get is in their floral section. It's these cream leaves on a dark stem. I love the contrast of the stem and the leaves. I'm going to place several of these branches around my tree, and then I'm going to put a couple branches bursting out at the top. Instead of hanging ornaments on our tree, I thought it would be so fun to hang pumpkins on the tree. These are going to not only theme our tree into fall, but it's also going to be able to bring in more of our color scheme. They have a huge selection of velvet pumpkins in a variety of different shades. I picked up more emerald green velvet pumpkins, but I also picked up some velvet pumpkins in a rust color. I love this color combination. It is deep, it is rich and luxurious, and it really elevates our fall decor. The problem with the large pumpkins is the stem. It's too brown for my liking right now. I want it to be more gold. These came with a gold stem. These we need to work on. I'm going to get some gold rub and buff. I'm going to add a dab of the rub and buff to a tissue, and then I'm going to wipe it onto the stem. The gold rub and buff is perfect because it's going to highlight those raised details on the stem. Another thing that I love about the gold rub and buff is that it will not completely cover up your stem unless you want it to, and then you can add a whole bunch of it. But you can see, I can still see a bit of the original color coming through. I love that that adds dimension to our stems. It makes it look much more realistic. I repeated this process on all of my velvet pumpkins, and then I let the rub and buff dry for about 10 minutes. You may be wondering, how are we going to hang these on our tree? Well, that floral wire has been magic for us today, so we are going to continue to take advantage of it. What I'm going to do is cut several segments of this floral wire. I'm going to wrap it around the stem of our pumpkin. You can see that there's like a little bit of a gap underneath the pumpkin right there. So it's a perfect place to slide our floral wire underneath. Now I can take my pumpkins, place them in various areas around the tree. I wrapped the floral wire around the pine branches. The pumpkins just hover mysteriously right inside of the branches of the tree. They look so fabulous. They add more elegance to our tree because of the velvet fabric. I love the gold stems. They are much more visible now that we added the rub and buff to it. We've got pumpkins all over our tree, and they fill up those vacant spaces. It reinforces our color scheme, and the pumpkins definitely theme this tree into fall. So now we've got our garlands, we have our ribbon, we've got the additional leaves and the pumpkins. So the tree is looking pretty good. Let's move down to the bottom of the tree and talk about a tree skirt. I couldn't find a fall tree skirt, so we are just going to make our own. I've got this light sage colored drapery panel, and I'm just gonna wrap it around the bottom of the tree. You could create a tree skirt out of any kind of fabric that you have. You could use a tablecloth. I've used blankets in the past, so you can go in so many different directions to create a tree skirt that will fit in perfectly with your color scheme. Plus, I already have this, so I didn't spend any additional money. It was free for me. It's an easy and affordable way to create a tree skirt. Because this is a fall Christmas tree, we are not putting presents under our tree. We are going to be putting some decorative items that feel like fall. But I want to be able to put these items on top of something that's going to give them some height variation. I found some hay bales at Hobby Lobby and I knew that they would be perfect. I picked up 2 small hay bales and 1 medium-sized hay bale, and luckily they were 40% off too, so it was a great price. I'm going to place 2 hay bales on one side. I've got the medium and the small one, and then on the opposite side I'm going to place 1 singular small hay bale. To me, lanterns are synonymous with fall. I love using lanterns when I decorate during this time of year. It's probably because of the candles that are inside. That flicker flame is just warm and cozy. So I have 2 lanterns. I've got 1 large one and 1 small one. I'm going to place the large lantern on top of the medium-sized hay bale, and the small lantern is going to go on top of the small hay bale. Do you guys remember a couple weeks back, I created some apothecary jars out of some Dollar Tree vases, and inside of these apothecary jars, I placed popcorn kernels inside. Well, I thought that would be so cute to have at the bottom of our lanterns, so I just scattered a single layer of popcorn kernels at the bottom of both of my lanterns. And then of course, we're going to add our flicker flame candles inside of our lanterns. I'm placing 3 candles in the large lantern and 2 in the smaller one. I love the way these lanterns look. They are warm, cozy, and they definitely feel like fall. The last thing we are going to do is take a whole bunch of pumpkins and just scatter them around the hay bales at the bottom of our tree. These beautiful gray pumpkins with the metal leaves and vines are once again from Balsam Hill. I've got a variety of different sizes. I don't want a whole bunch of color down at the bottom of the tree. It's going to distract from everything that we have going on our tree. So we're going to keep it pretty neutral down at the bottom. And these pumpkins are a perfect solution. I love the squirrely whirly vines and the pretty metal leaves at the top of the pumpkin. I'm using a lot of items from the Balsam Hill website today. They actually gave me a coupon code for you. It is Lisa Fall, and that will give you $50 off any order, $250 or more. So I will leave a link to all of the items that I'm using today from Balsam Hill, and then I will also leave the coupon code in my description box. So now that I stepped back and looked at the tree, I decided that yes, our tree does need a few ornaments. And I remembered that I had some that were gold. So I went upstairs and I rummaged through my ornament bins and I found the ones I was looking for. I pulled out a couple of these ornaments and look at that stunning gold design. Tell me that those do not look just like wheat. It's like these ornaments were meant to be on this tree. So I just scattered a couple of these beautiful mercury glass ornaments around the tree. These ornaments add the additional sparkle and shine that we needed. Now it feels like a real fall Christmas tree. We're done creating our fall Christmas tree. You guys, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. It is fantastic. I absolutely love everything about this tree. Everything from the high quality Christmas tree to the garlands chock full of leaves and pine cones and pumpkins to that ribbon that is the most intricately designed ribbon I've ever seen. I also love the velvet pumpkins that we got from Hobby Lobby and turned into ornaments. Those are such an elegant touch. The additional leaves make our tree feel bountiful, and those ornaments are a dazzling touch that adds sparkle and shine to our fall tree. If you've ever wanted to decorate a fall Christmas tree, this is your sign to do it. I know that you will create something beautiful and you will be so happy that you have it in your home during this autumn season. So now that our Christmas tree is decorated, we are going to move to the kitchen and decorate there. We typically start off by creating a centerpiece on the island, but we're gonna mix it up today and we are going to decorate our glass fronted cabinets first. Do you guys remember this Mackenzie Child dupe platter that we made a couple of months back? It has been one of my favorite dupes that I've ever done, and it was so easy to make. The problem was that I only made one, and I need two. I need one on this side and one on the other side. So we need to make another one. So I'm gonna quickly recap how easy and affordable it is to make a platter like this. The first thing you need is a clear charger and some kind of fabric. Both my charger and my set of kitchen towels are from Hobby Lobby. And the only other thing you're gonna need is Mod Podge. I'm using some dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and what I did was I took my charger, I flipped it over, then I took my kitchen towel, I placed that over the top of the charger, and then I traced it out with a pencil to get the correct measurements. Then I took some fabric scissors and I cut out that circle. I added the dishwasher safe Mod Podge all over the bottom of this charger. I made sure it was completely covered in the Mod Podge. Then I laid my kitchen towel circle over the top and pressed it firmly to the Mod Podge. You want to make sure that all the air bubbles have been pressed out and that the fabric lays flat. Once it was in place, I let the Mod Podge dry for 3 hours. If you don't cut out your circle perfectly, that's not a problem. Now's your chance to trim it up a little bit because the fabric is hard. The Mod Podge stiffened it up. So you just get your scissors and run it along the rim of your plate. That way you'll get a perfect fit. This is one of my favorite techniques to do because it's so simple, so easy, so affordable, and you can make a charger, platter, whatever you want to call it, for any season that you want. You can do it with any color scheme simply by picking out fabric that you want that will coordinate with the theme that you're going for. So I'm going to take my chargers and I'm going to place them right inside of my cabinets. And because we have a lot of pattern on the plates, what we're gonna do is take a smaller plate. This I purchased at the thrift store. It is so beautiful. It's got some gorgeous scalloped gold detailing along the rim. I'm just going to place that right in front of our decorative charger. I like layering my plates too. I think it adds a lot more dimension and interest. I love the color of the green tone that's on our plates. It's perfect for our color scheme and fall. If you like seasonal decorating, dupes, thrift flips, interior design ideas, and high-end DIYs, then you've come to the right place. I am in my autumn era right now, so we've got all kinds of fun fall videos coming up, so make sure you're subscribed so you can get your weekly dose of seasonal decor inspiration. Now we're gonna move down to the mini displays underneath my cabinet. Of course, we're gonna be starting off with our marble trays. These are so pretty and so elegant. And then on top of that, we are going to place some green and white ginger jars. I purchased these at Ross too. They were only $19.99. I know I've told you guys, look at Ross. They've got some really affordable ginger jars there. This is the perfect color tone. I purchased these about a month ago and I knew they were gonna go in my kitchen for fall. The only problem with this is that we've got a little parrot on one side. He seems like he's more suited for summer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our little parrot just keep an eye on the backsplash for this fall season. And we're gonna make sure that the beautiful florals and leaves are facing out. So I put one ginger jar on either side of the cooktop. Next, we're going to fill up a cloche. This cloche is from Target. I bought it a couple of years ago. And inside of this cloche, I put one of the Hobby Lobby pumpkins, one of the Target pumpkins, and then I have a little acorn that I bought at Michael's a couple of years ago as well. I just jammed those inside of the cloche, and I'm going to put those right next to our ginger jar. This is an easy way to decorate. All I did was take fall items and put them in a clear container so that you can actually visualize some fall items. And then the last thing we're gonna do is just take one more of these white velvet pumpkins that I purchased at Hobby Lobby and place that right down in the front. And then of course I've got my battery operated lamp. It adds just the right amount of task lighting underneath my cabinets. And that's it for our mini displays and kitchen cabinet decor. We are keeping things minimal and streamlined in here. We have so much going on the Christmas tree that we want to keep things a little more minimalist in this area. So let's move right on over and create our kitchen island centerpiece. The first thing that we are going to need to create our centerpiece is a vinyl runner. I love using vinyl runners in a kitchen because you can spill on them, they can get dirty, and all you need to do is wipe it up and it's as good as new. I love this vinyl runner. It's gold and it has like a leaf veining detail to it. It's going to fit in perfectly with our fall theme. I purchased this at Home Goods. Another item that I purchased at Home Goods is this giant marble Lazy Susan. This stays on my kitchen island probably 80% of the time. It's just classic, it's beautiful. It's also another one of those items that if it gets dirty, you can wipe it up, so it's perfect for a kitchen. The first item we're going to add to our marble Lazy Susan is this stunning fall floral arrangement. I used a glass urn and inside I placed a bunch of white flowers, and then I have this pumpkin pick. It's got some beautiful leaves that actually coordinate with the garland. So I'm just gonna pop this right into the center of our floral arrangement. And then I'm going to add 2 orange leaves to our floral arrangement. We don't have a lot of orange in our kitchen. It's going to be a progression of color. So the kitchen's gonna be pretty neutral, but as you move throughout the rest of the room, you're gonna see more and more color. So our floral arrangement's gonna be on one side. On the opposite side, we've got our large ginger jar. And the only thing I did to my ginger jar is take some of this green velvet ribbon. Do you guys remember this velvet ribbon? I purchased it at Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance and I got a couple of rolls of this. I used it in my bedroom makeover for fall last week, so I thought it would be perfect to add a little bit of that ribbon to the top of this ginger jar. So I'm gonna put that right next to our floral arrangement on the opposite side. Now down in the front, we're gonna put a candle, but we're going to place it on top of my deviled egg plate. I love this deviled egg plate. It adds the right amount of detail. It raises up the items that we're gonna put on top of it. And then I just have a large candle that I'm gonna place right in the center of our deviled egg plate. The other day, Ellie and I decided to go on a little shopping trip to Home Goods, and I found this pumpkin marble tray. Look how stunning this is. I knew I had to have it and I was going to place it in my kitchen. It's got these teeny little feet on the bottom, so you could use it as a tray. You could put some food on it. You could put a candle right there in the center. But what I'm gonna do is put it on top of a frame holder. That way it's very visible. I left the price tag on it so you guys could see. It was only $16.99, which is a great deal. This is really heavy marble. It's going to coordinate with my marble Lazy Susan, and I just love the way that marble looks. It's high-end, it's classic and elegant, and because this is shaped like a pumpkin, it's perfect for our autumn centerpiece. And that's it for our kitchen decor. We kept everything in here streamlined. We kept it classic and clean. We use this kitchen every single day, so we can't have too much going on because if that gets in the way of food, there's gonna be a problem. So this is the perfect amount of decor that I want in this space. It's going to coordinate beautifully with our tree. It brings in that green tone, and we've got a little hint of orange. But we definitely want the focal point in this space to be that fall Christmas tree. So everything else is just going to enhance that. And I think that that's exactly what our kitchen decorations do. We cannot forget about decorating our breakfast table. And once again, this is where we eat every single day. So we can't have anything too obstructive. So we're gonna keep things streamlined once again. We're gonna start off with this absolutely stunning runner. This is once again from the Balsam Hill website. You guys, The detailing on this runner is out of this world. It's got the color tones in the oranges and the golds and the greens that we want. It's the perfect size. It's not too big. It's just right. So this stunning runner is going to go right in the center of our table. On top of our runner, I'm going to get a floral arrangement that I've already made. And what I did was I took a couple of the rust colored velvet pumpkins and I just nestled those right into the floral arrangement. If you have a centerpiece or a decorative item that is neutral, in order to theme it into fall or any kind of season really, all you need to do is get some kind of fall elements like these pumpkins and place it inside or around your item. It's an easy way to theme a piece of decor that you already have. So this, once again, is not going to cost me any additional money because I already have it. So if you're short on money, just use something that you already have and just add a little $1, $2 seasonal items to it to theme it into fall or autumn. Okay, then on either side of our floral arrangement, I've got some more pumpkins. I have an orange one and I have a green one. Again, these are from Balsam Hill and I'm going to put them on either side of my floral arrangement. And that is it. We are done decorating our breakfast table with this gorgeous centerpiece. You can see that on this centerpiece, we have a little bit more color. So we're going from our pretty neutral kitchen to a little more color here on the breakfast table. And then we're really amping up the color on our Christmas tree. So it's like a gradual color evolution. It took me no time to do this centerpiece and it was so easy. So now that our breakfast table centerpiece is done, we are finished decorating this side of the room. We've got the tree, which is definitely the star of the show, with its pumpkins, ribbons, garlands, lanterns. Oh, it is just a show-stopping centerpiece. We've got the kitchen decorated with all of its beautiful ginger jars and plates and the centerpiece. And then I think that the breakfast table centerpiece really ties both of these spaces together because it has more of those darker tones, but it also has those white flowers that coordinate with the white flowers that we have in the kitchen. You can see that everything flows so nicely together. If you've ever thought about creating a fall Christmas tree, you should totally do it. You can copy mine. I'd be happy if you copied mine to the T. That would be fabulous. You could do it more expensively. You could do it more affordably. You could add more or less to your tree. It's really up to you. This was actually a really fun episode for me to film. I love branching out, and we did that today by doing something I've never done before and also by using all of those vibrant colors. I hope you got some inspiration or some ideas today so you feel like you can decorate your home easily and affordably during the autumn season. I've got plenty more fall decorating coming up, so make sure you're subscribed so I can share all of those fun fall decorating videos with you. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much for watching.